Hello and welcome or welcome back to Yarn Tea and Books. My name is Tasha, and along with my husband, we are the dyers, driver, and humans behind Frogget Yarns, Hand-Dyed Yarns, and Mobile Yarn Truck. So welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Welcome if you're a new viewer. I am not usually wearing an eye patch. I am recovering from recent eye surgery, and the eye, she does look terrible. So put this on so nobody is triggered by my hideous eye and how gross it looks. So welcome back. I know I missed last week, but I literally had surgery at the end of the week, and yeah, I couldn't see a thing. I still can't see 100% out of this eye, which is normal, but I'll talk all about that in life news. So if you want to hear about what happened, it's not going to be any kind of graphic detail. Just stick around for life news. This week, let me see if I can find my notes that I can maybe read. We will have a whole bunch of finished objects, some returning WIPS, and a little bit of shop news. There's a bit of a book haul. I have had some Yarny acquisitions. And yeah, just I'll touch on what happened with the eye in the life news section. So it's jam-packed this week since I missed last week. And yeah, there's also a bit of a spinning update. So grab your favorite mug and your favorite beverage and join me for Mug Watch this week. I've grabbed my adorable little frog mug. This is from Seasoned Pottery. Love this one. She has been having actually pretty regular updates every other week, give or take. And I have tried every time to snag a dragon mug. Still no luck. So yeah, good luck to you if you get one. So that'll do Mug Watch. And let's just jump right into FOs. I know the last time that we spoke, I said I had to redo my July Granny Square. So my first FO is my July Granny Square. This is our July club color. Our book was the rose, or is the rose bargain. So I forgot when I dyed my initial test batch, it was a little lighter than I wanted it to be, and I made a note to change certain measurements of the dye. So me having the brain that I have, I forgot and just started my Granny Square in the test color. And then, you know, I'm dyeing up all of the regular skeins, and I'm like, why is it so much darker? And then I found my note. So I had to redo it, but you get this lovely rose and peach. I didn't want to do the bubblegum pink of the book. I went for the slightly darker tones that are embedded, and then this like gold apricot color of the rings. And then the mini is that nice dark green. So that is our July club color, the rose bargain. This was our charm from Kelsey. She did such a good job. It's got the 2 rings on it with the roses. They are gone. There is none of those left. So if you got one, congratulations. If not, they are gone. Next FO, I'm telling you, it's a lot, is my frog and toad socks. Hold on one second. Okay, I wanted to grab my sock blocker. I wanted to do that before I started filming, but didn't. So my frog and toad socks are done. I don't know where my other sock blocker is, but they're both done. And I love the way this came out. Yeah, absolutely love it. So that's sock number 1. Sock number 2 is done. There's our exclusive charm. The boxes So this was for our 8th business anniversary. This was our special color. We did a box. The boxes have all been sent. They actually went out way earlier than we thought because we got everything in a quick amount of time. So we were able to get them sent out despite all of this. And they are arriving. Some have arrived. James, the sock knitting guy, he has a YouTube here or he has a podcast here on YouTube. He got his the other day and did a little unboxing, which was so much fun. But that is Frog and Toad. This color is available on the website across multiple bases. So this was not limited to the box. It's just the boxes and the items that they contained were limited. So they're both done and ready to go into my sock drawer and wear. And I haven't been a huge lover of green, but I do love the way this came out. So, those are done. That's FO number 2. FO number 3, I took off the blocking mats this morning, sewed it up to Mr. Froggett's specifications. He did not want it super tubey, and that is the grid Gambit Cowl. This is a design by Samantha Guerin, and it's done. It's all sewn up. He only wanted it sewn about 2/3. He wanted this left open. He did not want it way up here. He wanted it to hang just a little bit. So his is done. And for the very last time, he picked this. This is Feederbrook Farms Entropy DK in the color Bioluminescence. And then his contrast color is Frogget Yarns Rambouillet DK in the colorway Ash. So that was his colors. This is what I have left. And yeah, he's super happy with it. He absolutely loves it. He loves that the purple is prominent on the front. That's his favorite color. So that is ready to go for him. He can wear that this fall. So that's it for FOs. 3 FOs. I have had extra time. I don't want to say like a lot of knitting time because I can only do so much before it's a lot of stimulus, and there's a gas bubble in my eye, so I can see like shapes and colors, but it's it's like underwater-ish kind of feeling. So anyway, it's just a lot of stimulus. So this eye is very overworked trying to do all the focusing because I can't really see out of this side. But I did want to say, this is what I have left from my socks. And I weighed these two, and there's still 60 grams here between the two. And 10 grams of my minis. So, I mean, I made full-size socks. I wear a ladies, my foot size is a ladies 7.5, 8 US. So I'm pretty happy with that. I could get a whole other pair of socks out of those. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. The only other WIP no, that's it for FOs. Now we're on to WIPs. So with all of my active current WIPs now being done, I have pulled out my Almue shawl. I haven't even done anything to it. That's why I'm not going to show it. You've seen it a million times. That'll probably be what I start knitting on next, just because it's all garter stitch, so I don't have to do a lot of looking. I can still, I don't have to focus a lot. I did want to say, I finished my August granny square in our August color, which I will share more about in shop news, but obviously I can't show you that. So the next thing that I think I will start is some socks for my oldest son's girlfriend. So she picked out a color a couple of months ago, and I know her birthday is in September. So she picked out this color. This is our Snow on the Pines color. And this is the contrast she picked out. This is our Monstera color. And they are all wound up, ready to go, and living in my little frog reading bag by Shannon's Fun Bags. This is the exclusive bag that was in our Frog and Toad boxes, and Shannon came in clutch for us, got them done so fast, got them shipped here. That's why we were able to get the boxes out so fast. So it's the perfect small project bag. I've got my little Notions pouch in here with all the things that I need for my sock knitting. I've got 3 50-gram balls and both of my needles in here. And there's still room for my socks when I start them to sit on top. So perfect for your socks, a hat, your mittens, gloves, anything small. This is perfect. So they're living in there. And I will probably cast those on in the next day or so. It's tiny knitting, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to focus. The only other whip that I have is a spinning whip. And I did show this before. So this is my Dreaming Robots Electric Eel Wheel 6.1. And I am spinning some 100% Cormo fiber from Lair of the Llama. And this is her terracotta colorway. Let me just say, when I started spinning this and seeing the very long color changes, but how earthy, but still with a pink undertone it was. I know I said originally I was going to apply that with 2 other different colors, but I reached out to her because I think I would love for that to be a sweater spin, specifically the Traveler pullover, not the hooded one, the crew neck one. I don't like a hood. By Andrea and Mowry, the Traveler sweater. I think that's what it's called. I'll put it here on the screen. So I did reach out to her to see if she had any more in stock because I went on the website and I could only see one braid. She did get back to me and say she only had the one braid, but she was planning to dye it soon and she would let me know when it would be back in stock. I would need 5 more braids so that I can do my 3-ply, and it would be 2 huge hanks of a 3-ply, and I think that will be enough. So it's kind of, I'm going to finish that, set that bobbin aside. That is the last that I have of that, just that little bit that I showed you to spin, and then that is done. But I really don't want to apply it with the other 2 if I can get more of just that color. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that because I don't know how that's going to go. Yeah. So that's it for whips. I will probably also pull out my Douglas Cardi now that all of my other current whips are done. I'd like to finish that. I'm at the point where I just have to split for the fronts and the back. And I think that'll be something that, you know, I could probably very easily work on. It doesn't require me to really be focused in. So that's it for whips. That'll take us into shop news. For shop news, I just wanted to say a huge, huge thank you to everyone. If you got a Frog and Toad anniversary box, congratulations. There were only 25. They did sell out on the first day, which we've never had happen. So it was just so amazing. We're so happy that everybody loved them and was excited. Yeah, so they're gone. But like I said, the Frog and Toad colorway is here to stay. So you can get this on multiple bases. It is on the website. And yeah, we've had good response to it. I think people are genuinely loving it. Our August book pick, I will share that now because this will go up on Saturday. Pre-orders for August Lily Pad Club open on Tuesday, July 15th, 9 a.m. is when the pre-orders for August Club color go up. So it's time to share our book, our color palette, and show you the charm. So our book pick for August is Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill. Love this vibrant green cover with pops of pink and even these like pops of blue. Love this. This color is dyed. It is so good. I've already finished my square. I absolutely love it. This one is fun. It's fun and bright. Yeah, it's really, really good. So here's our color palette. So we've got, you know, a blend of greens, and these two will represent the pops. So these are not all over. These are just pops of color. So that's our color palette. And you guys, I've had this charm for a couple of months now because Kelsey got ahead. She had asked for book covers ahead of time. And when she sent me like 1 month's shipment of books, she sent, I think, 2 of the future books. So, it's so good. We've got that beautiful pink flower, like is right on the book. Right there. She's got the lily pad. Look at the vines. The vines go all the way around. And when I show you the back, it's too adorable. She put a little frog in the bottom corner on the back. Can you even? The vines just go all the way around. She's got some gold on the corner. I mean, the vines are even on the bottom. Oh, I love it. So that's our book. Look at the frog. Look at the frog. That's our book for August. That's our charm. July 15th, 9 a.m. on our website. They will be right on the featured section of our homepage. So when you go on our website, if you just scroll a little bit past the main banner, all of our newest or special colors / items are right there in our featured section. I always put club right there. So you don't have to go searching for it. It's right always on the homepage. It's usually the very first thing. You can click right on it and get your club. So next Tuesday, 9 a.m. That is when you can pre-order Green Teeth. Very, very fun. Very bright. Yeah, super, super happy with the way that one came out. Let's see. Reading it's a struggle, folks. So for shop news, there's one last thing I want to bring up for shop news. One of our yarn shops, Oak City Fibers in North Carolina, she has unexpectedly pulled out of club shipments. So her last shipment was the July color. So if you've been getting your monthly club there, unfortunately, she has stopped. I did not get a warning about it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. We would love to welcome you to order directly from us. The only other shop that carries our yarn in that area, well, in that state, is the Salty Sheep Yarn Shop in Swansboro. So she's down on the coast. Yeah, you are always welcome to, like I said, pre-order directly from us. Maybe you want to start getting your charm. That's up to you, but I just wanted to make that clear. I did put it in this week's newsletter, but in case you're not a newsletter subscriber, I just wanted to touch on it here. Oak City Fibers will no longer be receiving club. So if you've been getting every month from her and you want to continue, you'll have to order it directly from us. We're sorry to see her pull out, but I was not given a warning. So that's that. That'll take us into book chat. Let's do book chat. So I am almost done with The Rose Bargain. I have had to switch to listening to this. So this is our July book pick. I was enjoying the physical read. I just cannot, it's just too hard on this eye to do the reading. And when this one is uncovered, there's just a lot of light stimulus that just morphs everything. So I did grab the audio copy. I only have, I think my phone said like an hour and 20 minutes left of this. So I'll finish that up today. I am really liking it. It's getting good. I think it's going to end on a cliffhanger. There's been some chat about it in the Discord. So people seem to really be loving it. When I'm done listening to that, I will listen to The Underwild. So again, I really wanted to read this physically, but I just cannot right now. So this is a middle grade, and I did listen to a sample of it, and it sounds like it's going to be a really fun audiobook. So yeah, that'll be my next read for listening. I am still listening to A Court of Wings and Ruin. I did finish A Court of Mist and Fury, the graphic audio. This is a reread again for me. And went right into the third book, which is A Court of Wings and Ruin. Again, the graphic audio version. Absolutely loving it. It's a good time. But I feel like that is easy to like bounce in and out of. So I'm listening to The Rose Bargain, you know, and then when I'm in the mood or I want something different, I'll just pop into that one and listen to a chapter or two. I also have the second part of the Onyx Storm graphic audio that just came out last week. So I'll be dipping back into that as soon as my doctor gives me the okay to get back in the dye studio, because I want to be in that world when I'm finishing creating the Advent colors. So we'll see how that goes. I was also reading on my Kindle the second book from our June pick. Our June pick was To Kill a Shadow. I went right into the second book, which is To Shatter the Night. And I'm about 35% of the way through that on my Kindle. Again, that's on hold. I tried reading on my Kindle. I cannot. And I did try the audiobook for that. I listened to a sample and I don't like the narrators. So I don't think that's an option for me. So that may just stay on hold until I can get back to reading it. In the realm of book chat, last week, actually the day before all of this happened, there's a new location of Barnes & Noble that opened in York County, which is where I live. This one is actually further away from me than the one that I usually go to up in Camp Hill. But that's okay. It was you know, grand opening, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just go. Originally, Brian, aka Mr. Froggett, was going to take me after my eye appointment Thursday morning, and he happened to be at the farm Wednesday working, and he called and he said, you know what, just go, because they're going to dilate both your eyes, and you're probably not going to feel like being in a brightly lit store trying to look at books. So he said, just go, take some time for yourself, and, you know, have a good time. So I went, and it's a very nice store. Again, it's further away for me, but it's nice to have that option if we happen to be in the city and I decide, you know, hey, I want to pop into the bookstore. It's at least close. So I picked up a few. I picked up the Baby Dragon Cafe. This just looks like a fun, cozy rom-com, but make it fantasy because it does have dragons in it. And it seems like there's going to be a series because at the back it says in 2026, the Baby Dragon Bookshop. So I'm in. It sounds good. I'm here for it. The other thing I picked up was the next book. I did not know there was going to be a next book of the Whisper Wicks. So I was very excited to see this. I stumbled upon this in the middle grade section. I loved the first one so much. Yeah, so I was happy to see this. Looks like there's some illustrations in this one, which there were a few illustrations in the first one. So pretty cool. So I grabbed that one. It's called The Impossible Trials of Benjamiah Creek. So I picked up that one. And then the other thing I picked up was a new one by K.A. Lindy. Now, K.A. Lindy is the author of The Wren in the Holly Library, The Robin on the Oak Throne, which I just finished. 10 out of 10 stars. I don't know if this is like an earlier book that just got traditionally published, but it came out on the same day as The Robin on the Oak Throne. Oh, yes. Previously published as Blood Type in 2018. So it's had a redo. So this is called The Monster and the Last Blood Match. And because I love her writing in the other series that I'm reading of hers, I thought, well, yeah, I'll pick it up. It's got some pretty sprayed edges. And we'll see. I love the way she writes a story, and I thought, why not? So I picked up that. Then yesterday, Mr. Frogget treated me to a day out of the house. I'm kind of going stir crazy, not being able to be in the dye studio, not being able to just like sit and knit. It's weird because like I feel 100% fine. It's just a vision thing, right? So he got me out of the house and he said, let's go just have some fun. You're kind of going stir crazy. So he took me to my regular Barnes & Noble location, and I did pick up some of my July books that have been on my list. The first one is The Curse That Binds by Laura Thalassa. This is a prequel to a series that is, the other two are called Bewitched and Bespelled. So this happens before those two, but you read this after those two. So I picked up that one. I have been seeing this everywhere, and this sounds amazing. For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn. Yeah, that looks really good. This was the monthly Barnes & Noble book pick. Sometimes they do a good job picking these, so I grabbed this one. This is called Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Lee. And then the last little book haul that I posted, I had bought the first book of this series, and so many of you said, oh, you'll love that series. I think it was just called Wildwood. Yes, the first one's called Wildwood. This is called Under Wildwood. And Barnes happened to have one copy of that, so I grabbed that. And that's it. That's the book haul. There have been a few stash acquisitions. So we'll move on to stash acquisitions. I think that's it from, yeah. So Melissa from Rising Tide Fiber Co. has a series of yarns for each of her dogs. So she has Boston Terriers. It's why we have 2 Boston Terriers. And every time she gets a new one, she creates a color. And I have collected all of the colors. I was going to pull them all out, but they're all kind of scattered everywhere. Anyway, she just got a new puppy, Little Miss Paisley. She's adorable. So she created a color called Paisley Pearl. And of course I had to have it to go with the whole puppy collection that I've got of hers. And my plan is to use all of the colors together. So I grabbed that. And also, she did a sock in this color. It's called Main Character. This is based off of a book cover And I saw her sock and absolutely loved it. So she sent me a skein of that. The only other stash acquisition that I got was a collaboration. And I love these collabs. So I used to be in the club from the Cozy Knitter. She is a self-striping yarn dyer, and I was in her monthly club for maybe 2 to 3 years. I'm not in anymore, but every now and then she'll do a collaboration with By the Lakeside, who's a bag maker. And this was their newest one. It's called, oh gosh, hold on, Garden Party. So she dyed yarn to go with this fabric. And this is just, again, another like perfect sized small project bag. So I grabbed that. Love those collabs. They're always fun to do. Yeah. What else? Life news. So last Thursday I had an appointment with my regular eye doctor to have some blurred vision checked. It was only in like the corner of my eye. But I had been noticing it, kind of ignoring it. That's on me. And I finally just decided, okay, it's time to have this checked because I have had cataract surgery. So it could have been an after cataract forming, which is absolutely normal. So I called, told them what was going on. They got me in right away. Went to see her and she said, yes, it's not an after cataract. It does look like you have a retina detachment. So in that same complex of buildings, there right down the hall is a retina specialist that she works with and recommends. So they literally sent me right down the hall to the retina specialist who did another round of tests. And she said, yes. So my tear is, or was, and the detachment was in the top right of my eye. But it's weird because all the blurriness was in the bottom left of my eye. But I was told it's backwards. All that to say, it ended up with going from my eye doctor to the retina specialist and them saying, this has to be fixed right away. Go directly to the hospital. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go now. Thank God my parents were able to leave the campground where they spend the summer, come to my house, take care of the boys, because at this point, the dogs had been locked up for 4 to 5 hours. And I don't like to leave them locked up that long. But Mom and Dad were able to come over. I called her. I said, you know, this is what's going on. And she said, yeah, we'll get over there, you know, right away. So they were taken care of. We went directly to the hospital, and it's like, hurry, 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 and then wait. I did not go in for surgery until I think 9 o'clock at night. I had been out of my house since 9 o'clock in the morning. It was a very, very long day. And all along the way, everyone's saying, you know, okay, Mrs. Poe, how are you feeling? You know, are you feeling nervous? And I'm like, I don't have time to feel anything. This is all happening super, super fast. But yeah, so they were able to repair it. I had a follow-up with my surgeon the very next morning. And he looked in there. He said everything looked great. Typically with a retina surgery, you have to be face down for, they told me 1 to 5 days. I got very lucky. He said because my detachment was in the top right, it's actually better if I am upright like this, because then the gas bubble is sitting at the top of my eye. So it's putting the pressure against where the repair was. So I got very lucky. I did have to sleep face down that first night. But other than that, I have been able to be straight up. I'm not allowed to lay on my back. I'm not allowed to lay on my right side until the gas bubble is gone, which sucks. I am predominantly a left side sleeper, but not being able to roll at all, it's really hard. But yes, it's all been fixed. It is just very bruised. The white of my eye is currently not white, which is why I'm wearing the patch, because it is just, we'll just say it's red. It's also yellowing from, I guess, whatever bruising was happening in there. Yeah, I have my next follow-up Monday morning with my surgeon to see how it's healing, how things are going. The gas bubble can take anywhere from 2 to 12 weeks to it'll just dissipate. It'll just be absorbed by my body. And I will not have vision back fully until the gas bubble is gone. So I'm hoping for the 2 weeks, not the 12. Yeah. I was just told, you know, no extraneous activities, no heavy lifting. I wish they would describe what heavy lifting is. Like, can I lift a gallon of water? Because that's what I need to do in the dye room is, you know, we have our gallon jugs that we use for certain techniques, and that's what I need to know. Can I lift a gallon of water? If so, I can get back in the dye room and I can get back to Advents. Until then, Mr. Frogget has been down there loading up the cabinet with what we need for the trailer to restock the trailer and just getting a jump start on that. Yeah, that's all we can do. Oh, the other thing he got me yesterday was a new t-shirt. I had been seeing so many of you comment that you found Frog and Toad t-shirts. It even says Frog and Toad at the bottom. And this is the cover of our book. So we went on a little journey and found a Frog and Toad t-shirt. So he really spoiled me yesterday because of all of this. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, it's one of those weird things where physically I feel perfectly fine. It's just a vision issue and it's a depth perception issue. So, you know, like your depth perception is shot when this one's blurry and wavy and this one's fine. Yeah. Anyway, all that to say, thank you for all of the well wishes. So many of you commented and said, like, take your time and rest and get better. And I truly, truly do appreciate all of that. And that is what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm happy that I got all those WIPS done. But I can only knit in small chunks of time. It's just, yeah. Otherwise, it's a headache brewing. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm fine. Just mad that I can't be down there creating the colors that I want. So, we'll see. I will get through this week. I will get through my next follow-up, see what he says. If he says, yes, you can lift a gallon of water, but no more, then I'm back in the studio. I'm back in the studio and I can get cracking on Advents because I need to be down there getting those done. So, yeah. So thanks for joining me this week. I hope this was not too off-putting. This, like I said, is a lot prettier than what the eye looks like. So I hope that is not weird to watch. I should be fine to be back next week. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you're all having a fun summer and spending time with the people that you love. And yeah, just remember to take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you back here next week, same time, same place. And until then, happy making. Bye.